Alright, today we're going to be replacing a control arm on a Honda Civic. This is a subscriber's car. This was the repair that somebody did on a broken control arm. JB Weld. So, today, we're going to be putting a new one on. Tools that you're going to want. I use this just for leverage on my ratchet on some of the ones that don't like to come out. I have an extendable ratchet, PB blaster for the ones that really need some persuasion. You're going to need a 15, 17, and a ½ inch 19. Alright, that's 19 under here. It's going to be hard to get off. So is that one back there. That one back there, we're going to be using this. Alright, one of the first things that we're going to want to do is remove the cotter pin that holds in the castle nut on here. This helps prevent this nut from backing off over time. And now we can soak it with some PB blaster and get it out. Alright, that lower ball joint wanted some persuasion, so we broke it free with the breaker bar on the ratchet. Alright, one of the other tools that we're going to be using that I forgot to mention is the tie rod and ball joint puller. Alright, once you get that lower nut off, you're going to break these guys out. Alright, and you're also going to want one of these. And what you do is you pretty much slide the fingers in between there and just hammer it in. And what it'll do is it'll push the ball joint up without damaging your threads. Don't just take a hammer or a mallet and start smashing the bottom of your ball joint, because you'll have a heck of a time trying to get your nut back on. On there, we're going to go and tackle this front bolt. That one's a 19. These ones don't normally like to come out. You're going to want to use something ½ inch so you don't break your ratchet or anything. Alright, and the one I'm using is an 18-inch extendable. That's what's going to get that right out of it. Alright, gotta love old cars and their persistence to want to stay together. The inner half of this bushing is so corroded to the bolt that as we're backing it out, the bolt is coming out, but this isn't moving. So what it's actually doing is gaping our subframe open. We obviously don't want to do that. So we need to stop that center barrel from spinning. So what I've done is lock some vice grips on there, and we're going to just rotate the bolt until the vice grips bite up against something. And it should be enough force to stop that inner barrel from moving. If not, we might have to throw some heat on it. Alright, we want to angle our blade in here too, so that we get a little more resistance. Alright, and now we're using our ratcheting box wrench here. Alright, on this rear bolt. Get it right on there. Alright, and this will take a second. Alright, now we got that back bolt out clearly. Alright, the ball joint is loose. You can tell. Alright, we did have a few headaches here. This one needed to be cut along the bottom, and it needed to be cut along the top here. And we still had a little piece of the galvanized sleeve from the middle of the bushing stuck on the bolt head. So what I did was I just sat there with the Dremel, notched the side of it, got in there with a flat blade screwdriver, gave it a smack with a hammer, and it opened this right up. Let the bolt head fall out. Alright, obviously we did have to replace the bolt, but that's all good now. And the sway link didn't want to come off, so we had to cut that. The factory one, for whatever reason, if you look at the inner lip, there's actually a hex nut in there. Let's see, get you in there. See, there it is. there's a hex nut. The factory ones didn't have that, so there was no way to stop the center post from spinning. So we had to cut those out and replace that as well.